Somebody says, give me one simple criterion. Have we met that person? Was he a perfect living master? At one time I used to give a list of criteria I read in the book. Now I give one criterion. Does he pull you with unconditional love despite all the thoughts your mind has? If he does, a perfect living master. Does he pull you from your soul to that extent? If he does, if you want to test over and over again, go meet again and again. See how sustained, how permanent, how unconditional, how timeless that love is for you from that person, that human being. Take him that he is a human being like us, a friend like us, but his awareness is coming from beyond the mind. That's the power of love. Of course, if you ask me, ordinary simple criteria, which they say a perfect living master will look like ordinary like us. Because if he is not ordinary, he can't be a friend. We can't experience love. We can experience worship, we can experience admiration, we can experience being charmed, but we can't experience love. Has to be ordinary. Secondly, he will be a giver, not a taker. He'll not use the spiritual path or his teaching to be part of his income. He'll not make a living out of it. He'll make a living like anybody else from other occupations and share with us his awareness, share with us his mandate to take back marked souls back home, and he will not perform public miracles. He'll perform private miracles in our own self, and he will not claim to be a master. He'll be so humble, he'll not say, I'm not a master. I can give a list of these things. But these things can, even when you study them, a person, intelligent person can say, okay, I can do these things. And he can pretend that he says, I don't say I'm master, and I don't perform miracles, I don't do anything, but I'm after your purse, I'm after your wallet somehow. And if he's doing that, sooner or later, you'll find out he is not a perfect living master. Because the very big criterion, is he pulling you with that unconditional love? That will be missing. Many of these things can be faked, and they are faked. Anybody can make it a good business. This business of being a guru has turned out to be a very profitable business. And people are roaming around the world and making a lot of money by saying we are spiritual gurus and teaching. But perfect living masters, with that awareness, come to give something, not to take. They are not beggars asking for us to give something to them. If they have no power even to sustain themselves, they don't work like ourselves, they are not strong human beings like us, how can they be gurus like us? At least their strength is visible in the fact that they are givers. They come to share something with us. They come to take us back home. They become friends. In fact, they are friends first and gurus afterwards. You can't call a perfect living master a master if you have no friendship. A friendship is prior to a person being recognized as a perfect living master. And how can they be friends if they are totally different from us, or they are not following any of these creating the feeling that we need? People ask me these questions because they are having a problem finding gurus. There are too many gurus. My own master used to say in his own time, probably in India, now there are more gurus than disciples. There is a shortage of disciples, not shortage of gurus. So you can make any number of gurus. Right now, the physical reality is our only reality. This is real. Nothing else is real. It's either imaginary, dream-like, maybe possible, but the reality remains with our physical bodies and physical world. When we are unaware of the body and go to another level, that becomes the only reality. When we sleep and dream, the dreamland is the only reality. We wake up, dreamland becomes unreal. This is the only reality. You go to the astral plane, physical plane dreamlike. Physical plane becomes dreamlike, and the astral plane is the only reality. You go to the causal plane, that becomes the only reality. Everything else was unreal. You go to the spiritual self and discover you are a soul, that's the only reality. Everything else disappears. But when you go to your true home, to totality of consciousness, the whole show is taking place there. Then all are real and unreal at the same time. They are all being created from there, and they are all realities to be experienced by consciousness. When you reach that level, then you retain the awareness of every level. Whatever has been created is part of your awareness. Now imagine a human being like ourselves sits here in our midst with that awareness. What does he know? He knows we are all interconnected and one. Automatically, not by thinking about it. Automatically, he knows. He knows where the seekers are, where they are not. If he doesn't, he hasn't reached that level. And if he knows that, and he knows the seeking of some of these people, because we are divided into human beings, he knows these people are my responsibility to take them back home. That's my mandate. That's why I'm a human being here in their midst with this awareness. He will pick up those seekers, appear before them, go into their lives, and take them back home. So if he cannot do that, I would not call him a perfect living master. So therefore, they have a very special role. They don't come as teachers. They don't teach. They come as to take us to our true home. They teach because we want to be taught. No other reason, I can tell you. We think we can never learn anything. We have to learn some things first. So they become teachers for us. Now we have to understand how to do things. They say, do this way. No, but I must struggle to do it. Okay, meditate. Meditate hard. Spend more time. Why? That's what we want. We think that's the secret of all success, including spiritual success. At the end we say, none of that was actually real. This was a way of their extending grace to us, to make us go through this process. And ultimately it's the love that is pulling us, and none of these other things. These things are just stationed in the middle of our search for the truth, and they are just steps towards discovering our true self. Such is the experience of people who have associated with the perfect living masters. There is nothing more beautiful than that, nothing more fulfilling than that. No love of any kind can equal the love that you can experience from a perfect living master. And I say this from my experience. And I say this from experience with my beloved master, Hazur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh. Whatever he said to me, he delivered. What else do I need?